Hey friends. What do you call a witch who lives at the beach? Maybe a sandwich? I'm a witch. Yes, I know what you're thinking about this statement, no matter what it is. No, I cannot read minds, it's just a perception skill way higher than average, and the fact that I had every possible reaction in the last 150 years of my long, but not as long and you'd think, life. I usually approach the people that won't fear me or ridicule me. So the worst I have to deal with is explaining that no, I wasn't around during the big witch hunt. It's rude to assume a lady's age. Anyway, I'd say I'm a little different from the other witches. I don't feel like I need to bring fame and wealth for myself. I'm fine with a relatively simple and calm life. The only thing I crave is human interaction. I see you common humans with enthusiasm and endless curiosity, like a birdwatcher approaching a nest. I want to talk to you, understand your deep desires, and maybe grant them. I blended into normal life to be able to interact better with my little birds, and currently I am a middle-aged librarian. It's sad that almost nobody goes to libraries anymore, but it made a lot easier for me to select the prettiest chicks. I look like a smart aunt, so it's very easy to start a conversation when I feel like it, and the small talk will soon become philosophical questions like what's something important that you have now, and would give up if you knew it would grant you the one thing you desire the most? People have wished many different things and given me an impressive variety of beloved possessions. I just want to be happy in my marriage again. And that goes along, silky and perfect hair. I knew for a fact it was her most prized item, so I granted her wish. I killed her abusive husband, and she soon found love in an old friend's arms. Obviously, there's a limit to my abilities. It's above me to fix a twisted heart. And again, I'm not omniscient, just have a superhuman perception. Everything I need is one last moment with my late mother. I want to be at peace, and I never got to say I love you, not even when she got sick. I regret it every day now. It was a businessman, the second in his lineage. He stripped himself with the most part of his earthly possessions, throwing Rolexes and diamonds and debit cards in the little cardboard box I kept between us in the table. He voluntarily was left early with money enough for a frugal lower mid-class life, something he never knew before. I decided it was enough. I cannot bring back the dead, but I can surely borrow them for an hour, so I did it. I kept to myself around 20% of our little Francis of Assisi offers and donated the rest for charity under his name. I don't wish for an ostentatious life, but my house does need a renovation. And I'm not getting any younger. We live for around 250 years, so saving for my retirement is really important. I want my daughter to be cured of her air illness, and there goes a mother's hand. She used my dagger to make the cut without even thinking, the sharp blade almost painlessly slicing her flesh like room temperature butter. I like when they are so brave. Our science is way more advanced than yours. That's why you burned us in the first place. You jealous pieces of shit. So I can cure most illnesses combining it and my ability. That's what I did. I want my kitty back. And there goes a Pinky. In front of me, there was a teenager, no older than 17 years old. She clearly had grown up with her pet friend by her side, knowing no other life than with him. I cannot bring back people, and I cannot bring back animals. But I can easily find a kitten that looks a lot like her late Pebbles. She showed me the pic. He indeed was adorable. Guide the little thing to her front yard and make the girl think it's her old friend again. That's what I did. She returned almost every week with a smile on her face, and I knew it had worked. One thing about manipulating thoughts is that I can never take control over one's mind, or convince them to do something they are not willing to. This young reader really wanted to believe her cat would be back, so she did, with a little help of mine. "I want to stop being haunted for what I did," said a man, no older than 35. "I drunkenly killed someone when I was 22. I want to stop reliving this moment, and I want to sleep at night." He gouged out his left eye. "It's the least I can do for the girl. I'm so sorry. But falling into madness and despair won't bring her back, so I want to feel at peace to move on." I considered the fair offering and granted him one of the greatest gifts of all, the peace of mind. Mezzo thought manipulation, mezzo having some contacts in the other plane that deals with making vengeful spirits carry on. A hell of a job if you ask me. "I just want my family to recover the best possible way," said the man who cut out everything under his left calf. His wife and 2 young kids had been in a fire and were at the hospital, in a critical state. They still would have nasty scars over their limbs, but they would be alive, their faces intact despite the parts where the skin was burned looking like vitiligo. Hey, I'm no god. This was the best possible way coming from me, and the poor one-legged loving father and husband was grateful enough. Once, a guy tried to offer me his son as the thing he won't need when he's happy, but I refused. Even an unloved child in possession of his own, not a belonging of negligent parents. From the moment a living being leaves the womb, they are their own thing. I cannot accept the property from another as a sacrifice. This is cheating. It's forbidden to try to outsmart me. I'm giving you the thing that you cherish the most in your heart, so show some decency. I had to cut off this man's tongue to prevent him from saying another levity like that in the future, and obviously didn't grant his wish. He looked at me in disbelief. "You wanna call me old witch? Go ahead. God knows I'm both. Why don't you go and tell your mommy?" I asked, and laughed wholeheartedly as he left. And speaking of heart, one of the last people I had over was a young woman. You know, the smart and ambitious type, with fierce eyes telling you that she fought harder than everyone to be where she is, with no mommy or daddy to back her dreams up. I want to be really rich. I want to multiply my money by investing the right scientific research and do charity, but for that, I need to be rational. A heart always tells you to proceed the easy way, the guilt-free way, even if it seems to be the hard way for the tired body, she said, as she fearlessly dug the dagger in her own chest. The cut was clean enough. As I said, the pain of cutting a part of you with it is not hard to endure, for the purpose is living without it forever, not temporarily agonizing. She casually put her hand inside her open chest, as you do in the pocket of your jacket, and fumbled for her heart. What a fleshy and brand new thing it was. She took good care of it. Not only it was in perfect health, but it was untainted from the hardships she went through in her life. She just put it in the box and left without another word. I just saw her on TV, having her wish come true, and had to make this confession. Besides craving human interaction, I crave human flesh. I don't need it to live. It's more like eating pizza with ketchup. You know it's wrong, but it's just so good. A century ago, I decided this kind of exchange was fair, and the only other situation I eat people is when they are really evil or piss me off too much. But I don't know if I can keep on controlling myself like this. Her pure heart tasted too delicious.